Wanted to talk just briefly about this phenomenon of the media just going full steam ahead for Joe Biden and declaring him the winner. I mean, they were doing this even before the counting had officially stopped. And I think there are two primary reasons for it, and one that I think both of these have been discussed, but I don't know if people really have their heads wrapped around the severity of one of them. Now, the first one is obvious, and a lot of people have rightly pointed this out, that this is a means of diluting and demoralizing our side of things, telling us just to accept it. Whoopi Goldberg, that fucking wretched bitch, just going on and being like, just suck it up the way we sucked it up 4 years ago, just grow up here and suck it up. It's like, all right, Whoopi, I'll be sure to torch my nearest major metropolitan area, like you guys sucked it up. Fuck you. Anyways, so that's definitely the immediate strategy for just going all in for Joe Biden and telling people to ignore the mounting evidence of fraud that has come out. And people have said that, if Trump gets elected, there's going to be rioting. I think that's also a part of why they are going this way. And it's not a fail-safe, that's not the right term for it. It's like a parting gift. I would think of it as akin to like when the Viet Cong knew that they were going to be overrun. They would usually say, if they were trying to defend a tactical command point that maybe had some sensitive info, whatever they couldn't get out of there, maps, radios, battle plans, things like that, they would have to destroy. And a great way of doing that is to booby trap the facility, or a facility. It's usually a tunnel underground in their case, but booby trap it on the way out in a way that will just utterly obliterate whatever room it's in. And that would usually be like a bundle of grenades set to a tripwire, or something to that effect, something that would just, absolutely demolish the room and whoever was unfortunate enough to be the first guy to come through the door. And I kind of feel like that's the parting gift that the lefty media is establishing right now, because they are really puffing their people up. And, these people are out literally celebrating, dancing in the streets, and they are, jeering and hissing at their conservative family members on social media. They're really rubbing it in. And we've come to expect nothing less from these people. They are just absolute bastards. But, and to go back to the point of people saying, yeah, this is going to cause riots. Yes, it will, if Donald Trump should somehow manage to pull it off. But these are, I believe, and I hope I'm wrong, but I believe these riots are going to be infinitely worse than anybody anticipates. I think it's going to be absolutely savage. Because if you just think about what they have been rioting for in the recent past, burning down cities, at least as far as they say, in the name of, George Floyd or whatever, the guy who was, dying of an overdose, was going to die no matter what happened. And the police just happened to restrain him. So, of course, that's all of a sudden on them. And like Rayshard Brooks and all these other just absolute scumbags. But you have to remember that ultimately, they hold Donald Trump responsible for that. During the election, during the debates, and I've even seen this echoed by just regular shitlibs online, they point to the riots and they say, look at this is Trump's America, which is just, they should have their fucking teeth kicked in for that. That is just such, oh God, these people. They really, I think in some cases they really do believe that. Obviously, I don't think Biden does. He might be going senile, but he's played the political game long enough that he knows, how ridiculous that is to say. Yeah, BLM, Antifa, those are all Trump people, right? Yeah, that's indicative of Trump's America. But a lot of these people, they hold Trump responsible for, the death of people like George Floyd. Because they're stupid and they're very short-sighted. But that doesn't change the fact that they do hold that belief. And so, you know, what's going to happen after these last few weeks of them being built up and, you know, reveling and celebrating and, you know, crapping on his memory and, you know, hissing at at his supporters, saying they're going to make lists and, you know, these people should fear for their jobs and blah, 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 blah. What's going to happen if Donald Trump should manage to pull it out and get another 4 years? These people will lose their goddamn minds. We already know that they are keen on bringing guns to their peaceful protests. They've used them a couple of times. They tried to shoot Kyle Rittenhouse. They did shoot that Patriot Prayer fella. And I think they are going to be more keen to use them should Donald Trump get in. So, I mean, that's just... I'm not really saying anything that people haven't said. It's just the degree to which I think people understand the severity. If he gets in, what these riots are going to look like. And the absolute iron fist that's going to be needed, and I don't know if it'll come, to crush this coming wave of violence from these people should Trump get elected. So just, you know, be aware of it and prepare yourself accordingly. But anyways, those are my thoughts on it. Have a good one.